Hello, YouTube. It is currently late into the wee hours of the night, but today we are going to start off the video with a couple of announcements and a couple of stories. And I actually really like telling stories, but I don't really have many good stories that are YouTube appropriate, I guess. And so, the ones I do have will be rather short, simple, and interesting. It's thought-provoking. But anyways, so I wanted to kick it off with the announcement that I am going to be attending ComplexCon Chicago. This is my 2-day pass, and if any of you guys are going to go to ComplexCon Chicago, do say hi if you see me. I'll probably be dressed in something like very, very hypey, you know, of that sort. Probably not like too expensive an outfit, but like just generally something that's like nice but has a subtle flex. I think that's probably the vibe I'll go with for an outfit. Anyways, I will be vlogging that weekend, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited to go to the event. ComplexCon is huge for culture and also just huge for art, and I'm like a huge proponent for like appreciating art and like just going to see what's up, you know? So I hope to see you guys there if you're in the area or if you're going to ComplexCon, and yeah, again, do say hi. The second thing that I wanted to announce is that I just recently checked my subscriber count and it was 1,000, and thank you. Like, I'm just like boiling up with like a lot of these like almost flabbergasted, but like just so much gratefulness, appreciation. Like, it's just a nice little like snowball of sorts of just different emotions and feelings. But to sum it all up into one thing, it's just thank you guys for supporting me, for viewing my content, and for, you know, encouraging me to do the work that I do on YouTube. And I really don't think of it as work, I think of it as a hobby. Honestly, I love making videos for you guys, and I'm really excited to up the production game. So a couple of, like, I guess, insider details: I will be getting Final Cut Pro, and I will be trying to learn more Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom stuff for thumbnails, and generally just upping the production on this channel. So look forward to that. I'm not sure how the editing time frame will change in the upcoming future. So I'm not gonna promise any sort of release calendar or things of that sort, but I'll let you guys know. I definitely will not be releasing every day. I can tell you guys that for sure. It is so tiring to do that. Yeah. Anyways, what else? Okay, so story time. So today, around lunch break time, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were just bouncing each other like these like fashion things, because I saw the announcement of the Jordan 1 Comme des Garçons collaboration, which I will put a picture of here. And by the way, if you're curious my opinion, I absolutely love the shoe. I think it's super edgy, and I think it's just a super unique look. We ended up talking about that shoe to a point where we were just both like, oh my gosh, these look like Supras. And like, okay, if you grew up like in like the 2000s to the 2008s, in like your elementary, middle school ages, you would know what a Supra is. And a Supra is like just this outdated high top shoe that like was the rage. Like, it was just crazy how popular Supra was. And I remember like asking my parents for a pair of Supras, and it was just this clean white pair of Supras, and it was just so cool. Like, I remember just like back in the day, because you know, pubescent Kevin was really obsessed with like dancing. A lot of the dancers like D Moon Zhang, Mike Song, a lot of those people, they wore like I believe it's all the skating brands, so like Supra, Osiris, and all of those to dance, and they just look so cool. Like, I just looked at those shoes and I'm like, wow, they look so cool. And so we were just talking and talking and talking, and like all these brands were brought up, you know, and like throwback, Like, if you existed during this age of fashion, you just remember the baggy jeans, the Supra high tops, the DC skating shoes. Like, it was just a rage of skate shoes, I think. Like, the Osiris ones, the ones with the really puffy tongues and everything. And it just makes me think, like, how much of that, like, style of, like, the retro style is carried over today? You know, and not much of it, to be completely honest with you guys. I'd have to say that, like, I think one thing that would be super interesting is people who redesign those styles, because I mean, everyone knows fashion is just like a nice little cyclic thing. Like, trends get brought back, and like, you know, you go back to like a certain degree every time you make a new innovation. And so, like, I wonder how those kind of shoes will be making relatively a comeback, you know? And like, I mean, I guess to some degree they are, because of the reminiscent kind of Supra imaging with the Nike Comme des Garçons Jordan 1. But like, honestly speaking, like, I think it's just absolutely insane. We were even talking about it like to a very, very detailed degree. I don't know if you guys know about the brand Airwalk, but Airwalk, for me growing up, I thought Airwalk was like Converses. Like, Airwalks were the Converse shoe in my head, and I always thought Converses were knockoff Airwalks. And like, if you don't believe me, let me show you a really quick Google search. And like, this is the shoe that I believed was a Converse until I saw an actual Converse. Yeah, needless to say, those were some rough times. But I don't know. I'm really intrigued as like someone who grew up in that era to see like these styles reemerge as themes throughout like kind of contemporary style. I mean, like, not just like high tops, but like the trend of like puffy tongues, you know? Like, to some degree you can attribute like a good amount of the puffiness of like the skater tongues. I mean, obviously the lobster SB dunks really do showcase that. And also, I'd say like, also just like the foam tongue thing Nike has been doing, where they put like the foam tongues, like the Tailwinds had it, the drop type that I reviewed earlier has it, and like generally just like the Air Presto off-whites, like all of them have that like really puffy, like out there tongue. And like, I like that design revitalization. Like, I always loved that design. When it was there, I was just like, wow, all the dancers wear them. And now I'm just like, wow, all the cool designers are collaborating and making these. And like, I mean, oftentimes you think of our age of style and it's like contemporary. You have to wear tapered pants, you have to wear tapered joggers, you have to, you know, have a good fitting dress shirt. I'm just like kind of listing out things that would categorize like the modern, sleek, contemporary like beauty standard of a man. And like, obviously for a woman it's a completely different story. I mean, like, I can't even go to say how like fashion has revolutionized in like the female sect, because I feel like for girls, like, there's just so much more to innovate. And like, because like, I mean, obviously if you walk into a store, the women's section is always larger than the men's because there are just so many more options. But anyways, I'm kind of like, you know, digressing. But I don't know, I think it's a super interesting topic about like retro brands, retro designs, and just trends in the past, really. Like, I mean, a lot of people like vintage t-shirts, and a lot of the vintage t-shirts come from that era, you know, like Dragon Ball, Star Wars, you know, any sort of sports too. It's just like, it's just super cool to see a revitalization of like all of these trends into like our contemporary style, our contemporary like streetwear. And so let me know what you guys think. If you guys grew up in like the, I guess the interesting, tumultuous 2000s to 2008, like, let me know what your favorite style trend then was, because mine was definitely the Supras. But anyways, that's gonna be the question for today's video. What retro styles were you a part of, and what was your favorite? And also, if you weren't part of that, any styles that you would like to see incorporate in today's modern styles to continue on, like, you know, whether it be like the off-white foam tongues or just like Nike working with a lot of foam tongues and putting them on their shoes in general. And so that's just a small example, but I mean, obviously there are a lot of different things to choose from in today's day and style, like dad shoes or like chunky shoes, like the, I guess, introduction of like blazers and suits into like the female fashion, into like chic style. So like where girls would wear like a little bit of an oversize on a blazer and like slightly like, I guess, boot cut suit pants to pair it with. I think it looks super cool. Like I love the look. But anyways, I guess I'll save a lot more of those fashion discussion videos and ideas for the upcoming productions to come. But yeah, anyways, feel free to chime in the discussion in the comment section down below. Just talk about fashion and say what you guys want. I'm super excited to listen to it. And yeah, let's go over the comment section of the previous video now. There is only one comment from the previous video, and Zlatan says, "Awesome that you hit the raffle, thanks for the recipe." And no problem, dude. I hope these recipes are detailed enough. If they aren't, just be sure to comment again on the video, and since I won't be responding to them personally because the consecutive series is over, I'll just type the response and let you know further details to come. And yeah, I'm super excited to review the shoe. I'm picking it up this weekend. I'm gonna review it this weekend, and that's gonna be the next review. We're gonna have a Sunday review of a shoe that drops Saturday. Like that's like the closest I'll get to like being early on a shoe release. Like, I mean, I like rarely ever pick up shoes early to review, and mainly because they're so expensive. But I mean, this is something that would be a really nice fresh take. Although I know a lot of other YouTubers are probably doing the Yeezy Lemon Mark, but I'm just excited to throw it on and give you guys my take on it. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for 1,000 subscribers. And without further ado, we're gonna have the finale of this series tomorrow. So sit back, relax, don't worry. There will be plenty of content to come. And once again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your encouragement. And thank you for making this YouTube channel or this YouTube journey possible for me. Thank you, and see you very soon. It goes a little something like